We are online.
Yes, we are now.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good evening.
Good morning, yes. And good evening from Japan.
Yeah, afternoon for Europe, possibly.
I guess.
Anyway, we will have Tanucast again this weekend. Yay! We made
First
it.
time in 2 weeks. I'm sorry I've been lazy.
It's okay. We're just amateur, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So today's topic is お願いします。
Mini 4WD in 1990's Japan.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much based on the Yakuza game. So there's a mini game called Pocket Circuit in the game, where you build a small racing car
Yes.
and you take it to the circuit, yes, like this.
Yay! Ba-bang!
He's totally showing it off. So yes, it basically is a race using a real tiny racing car, which you can actually customize. It's got all the parts, like you can switch tires, wheels, motors, batteries, and gears and shafts, all the stuff.
Wow!
And
Complicated.
it even includes the exterior of the car itself.
Wow!
So this Pocket Circuit is it's based on the real life hobby, which is Mini 4WD. It actually, yes, it's a real life toy. The mechanics is pretty much the same. It has really been popular in Japan actually. Among kids, like in the 90s. Now among adults too.
Great! Because boys love cars.
Cars
In
and
my opinion, in my
yes.
impression.
And of course customization.
Yes.
You can
right.
actually build something on your own.
Yep. So
You can make whatever you like.
So I have no doubt about those trends we had in 1990s
Right.
in Japan.
So let's take a look at the brief history.
Yay!
So it all started in 1980s. It's a long-standing history.
Whoa!
Now it's almost like 30 years.
Wow, very long-lasting trend.
30, no, I mean almost 40 years.
Woo! Much longer.
Yep. So it started as more affordable, pretty much smaller alternative for radio-controlled car, which you can actually control, like going forward, backward, turn right and left. Those Mini 4WD is just going forward.
Yep.
So you
Never go
don't
back.
have you don't have a controller, but it still runs. And back then, most of them were based off of real cars
Ooh.
and toys. And look at the picture; it's so detailed.
Yes.
So
awesome.
Yep. So it's really a fine crafted small car which actually runs. So that it was kind of a unique product.
Yes, it looks so.
So the popular car back then kind of reflected the trend, actual car trend back then.
Wow, pretty different.
Yeah, there were two examples of those Mini 4WD back in 80s.
Wow.
The left one, blue one, is something of earlier. Obviously, it's based on the racing car in real life,
Yes.
like F1 or sort of that thing.
Yeah, I think so.
And later on, look at on the right.
Yeah.
Those monster trucks with bigger tires got actually popular in Japan. So Mini 4WD actually adopted the trend.
Wow.
They
awesome.
actually made one. Those miniature actually running cars.
Wow.
And later on, like in the late 80s, a new trend came. A circuit racing style.
Very familiar in the game.
It actually is really something that's really familiar. And this style is still pretty popular for now.
Oh yes. Here it says 2020.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
That's an official tournament
Great.
held in. That's gonna be held in 2020, which is this year.
For me, it's so surprising fact that such circuit things still last until present 2020.
Right. It's got a long-standing history.
Yes. Wow. So
this kind of mini 4WD, it's got more formal rules, or like more of a regulation.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. It's just like a real races, real car races. Like you're gonna like the dimensions have to be within that line, or you can use these tires, these wheels, but you can't these, or like you can use these motors. There are other things are not like this.
I see. Wow, complicated. I can't remember all.
As you can guess, it really was a big movement in the 90s, and surprisingly still really popular today.
Yep, I know because Kiryu-san was really getting into that pocket circuit.
Right. In the game, you can see he was playing pocket circuit like in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's kind of really true to the real history.
Yeah.
It really was popular back in the 80s too, in real life too.
Nice reflection of real Japanese toy history. Good.
And another thing that's unique. Hello, Mr. Lucky 13. Good morning.
Welcome to Tanucast. Thank you for coming.
Today's topic is a small racing car kit, which is called Mini 4WD in Japan.
Yes. We decided to mention this topic because of Yakuza game.
Yep, exact same thing showed up in Yakuza game as a mini game. So something that's unique with 4WD is the marketing was really led by those animes and mangas.
I watched those animes.
Yes, I did too.
I still remember.
Yes, so do I.
Wow.
Actually, animes and mangas were really integral part of the whole business.
Wow.
They kind of introduced how to play with those kits and machines, and actually it worked as kind of advertisement.
Wow.
Like along the story, like as the story goes on, sometimes the machines gotten broken. Or had to switch new ones.
Oops.
And he introduced the new product, new 4WD kits. And it really worked.
That's typical amazing, things in anime.
Like the one on the screen, Let's and Go, made a really big movement back then. And yes, I actually remember watching them.
Yes. So did I. Yep.
And as a kid, I was one of the boys who were attracted by those mini 4WD mangas. But one thing that was most notable or most memorable to me was something else. Some different from different mangas. Circuit cars like the mini game on the Nintendo DS. I guess it's kind of, I'm not sure which game you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe we need a little bit more detailed information. Anyway, so
my favorite back then was this one. That's something that's called Boomerang 10.
Wow!
Which showed up in a manga that started before Let's and Go. It was like Dash Boy 10 or something.
Wow.
You know, so the most notable thing is the wing.
Yeah.
That goes
I see
forward.
This awesome wing.
Yep.
Wow.
I still remember actually playing with this kit. It still is memorable.
Cool. Nice. You enjoyed a lot. It sounds.
Pretty much yes, and I didn't really realize back then, but those wings, those at the design, actually came from airplanes. Actually,
Wow.
actually, that is exactly the exact same shape. Was adapted one of the. I think it was Russian airplane, kind of
Whoa.
experimental thing.
Very
Well,
interesting.
Yes. Actually, America, United States, kind of made a similar thing as an experimental military airplane.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Usually, airplane have wings that goes kind of backward. They made it really backward. They put it goes forward.
Wow. Interesting.
After all, it didn't really go to mainstream. But somehow the designer must have take a look
I see.
and adapted to actually the design of this mini foldable D.
I see. And thank you for your detailed information, Ishiraki 13. It's called Slot Car Rivals.
Slot car rival,
We need to check it.
3DS. That's relatively new. And yes, actually, mini foldable D had their game franchise back then at like Super Nintendo, which is this.
Ah!
They got a few more games like on Game Boys or other consoles. But I think the most famous one is this one.
I see.
I still remember actually playing it. I had a lot of struggles.
Whoa! Lord,
Yeah,
you stressed
I'm
out.
gonna explain. It's designed to be a realistic simulator of actual mini 4WD. Yes, you can customize the whole thing, like switch gears, motors, batteries, and tire wheels, everything. All the customization works just as in real life.
Wow. Boys must love it.
Definitely, I really loved it. It was so realistic that you can actually have to do some maintenance as you have them run, like batteries deflating, or the tires getting dirty, and you sometimes have to put the put the dust off.
Wow, very realistic.
It really is realistic, and of course each person had different weights and balance and parameters and stats.
Yep, must be.
And you have to take all the things into account. It was so realistic, but one terrible thing is you can't really see them in numbers.
Eh? What?
You yes.
What?
you have to actually take on a race and see what happens.
What?
Like when you
No
switch.
status information?
Not really.
Ah!
You actually have to run and see what happens
Too much realistic.
you switch a part.
Whoa! Wow!
On this
Oh
part,
my gosh!
on this part, the Yakuza franchise did really good job because you can see all the stats like
Yes.
weight, balance,
Yes.
acceleration, or maximum speed. You couldn't see them in the game.
Oh, wow! Very challenging condition.
It was
situation.
hardcore.
Yeah.
I'd say it was hardcore.
Wow. Yes.
Real serious
Must be.
game, and yes, I can't remember really beating this game. Despite I remember just kept playing it. But maybe I stuck in the middle, maybe in the middle of the game. Didn't really reach to the end.
Wow.
It's all good memories of my
But-
childhood.
Yeah, but when you actually played it, I think you have really struggling time, I guess.
Yep. I did have a lot of struggles. But it was
job.
fun.
Okay.
It was.
If you could enjoy, that's okay.
Yep, that's what matters.
Wow.
So I said mainly 4DD is still really popular today. But you know, things change, so the trend changes. I think I mentioned the customization. So let's take a brief look at the recent trend of how the people customize their cars. It's kind of interesting. I had a lot of fun while researching it. Like see how creative those people are.
Wow.
I really was amazed.
Let's see. Move forward.
So some recent trends. Some of the most basic thing is FRP plate DIY. It's fiber reinforced plastic. So it's got it's a plastic bar with a tough fiber inside, so as to make it more durable.
Awesome.
So using this and people DIY actually some integral part of the machine. Let me tell you one thing. So red circle is a bumper.
I see.
It's something that all the machines has.
Yeah, should have.
Recent trend is just you completely cut them off. Yep, and
Are you sure?
replace them with the FRP plates, so as to make it more durable, and you can actually make it heavier.
I see. So the reason is makes sense. More durability.
Right.
Fantastic.
And sometimes you wanna cut some parts off from the caches, but like removing some parts, it's gonna make it lighter, but it's gonna make it less durable.
Makes sense.
Using FRP means more reinforcement. Well, it's one good example, I'd say.
Oh. Wow. Simple.
Let's see, I think I can use a pen.
I hope.
So, let's see, laser pointer. That's where the battery, they were battery powered.
The empty place.
Yep. So I'm pointing at where the battery rests. I think that's supposed to be a kind of a beam here. It's got all removed. I think he also cut this part too, so as to make it lighter.
Really?
And I guess he even removed something from here. So he did real serious customization. He did a serious DIY on the chassis.
Yeah, it looks so.
So that's what he did. He put the FRP plate here.
Oh, there.
I think he needed some reinforcement here. And that's the front part, I think. And you know, that's where those bumpers are supposed to be, but obviously he cut it off.
It's gone.
And he put FRP.
Oh, there. There.
So as it works as actual bumper.
Wow. He did really,
He did a really good job.
Wow.
Now the chassis should be more durable. And if you can craft it well, you can even make it lighter.
Whoa, that's so nice.
I'm sure it's gonna require some skill, but it really is amazing to know. Here's one example. Something you can do.
Huh? What is this?
It's all FRP bumper and plates and all stick together. And you can see all those yellow ways so as to make it heavier and more stable.
Is it tank?
It almost is. You can actually call it.
My gosh.
Actually, it's not for racing. It's more like decoration, more for fun. But yes, that's something you can do. You can actually bolt them together
I can't even recognize it
golden.
as a car or something.
You got a car body here.
Yeah, I
in
barely
the
see.
middle.
I barely see it. Yeah, but almost covered with all those additional parts.
Yep. Yeah. So here's the thing: you can bolt them together, or actually glue them together, or sometimes you can cut off some unnecessary parts. You see, you can see that this part, I think he kind of cut it off, so as to the wheel shaft go through here.
Aha. I see. Okay.
And another trend of some recent thing is stabilization.
Yeah, I see.
Recently,
Very important.
It
I
is,
learned
yep.
from your
Yep.
challenge in Yakuza.
Yakuza game totally told us,
Yeah.
but yes, recently some official courses, official race circuits have so many slopes.
Yeah, I look
Like
so.
this. Look at this part.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
So as the machine goes, they are gonna kind of hop, and once again hop, and goes down, and kind of bumps. You don't want to bounce back
No.
and go out of the course.
It goes out
Yes.
easily.
Yes, it's gonna insta kill. And of course, you don't want to kill your momentum as you bump on the course.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
Right.
you have to absorb the shock and stabilize your car.
So what's the current technology is used?
That's something that's so interesting. It's one trick, something that's called chochin.
Chochin?
It's an interesting name that like basically it's putting some weight on both sides, like in the middle of the car, like in between of the both wheels. And you can see he made those beams with FRP plate. So I told you FRP DIY is pretty much the basics of all the customization. It's one example. So usually this machine shouldn't have this one in the middle.
Oh,
He
completely
did it.
different.
Yes, he made it all by DIY.
Wow.
So he put beam here. He's got some spring here. So it kind of moves like this way.
Hi. I see.
And the beam goes here. And it kind of rests on the body. And you hang a weight on both sides. It sometimes goes lower than the body for more stabilization.
Makes sense.
And you got spring.
Physics.
And you got spring here. So when the machine, so that's what's called chochin, because those hanged weight kind of looks like chochin. The
From its shape.
Yeah, the paper lantern.
Makes sense. So no actual chochin is used.
So what happens is when the machine jumps and bump on the race course, this part kind of moves, like it all goes flip up, and then goes back, and prevent the machine to bounce off
Sounds cool.
and get it stable.
Nice.
Like it's another example of chochin. It's kind of backward, and that's how it flips.
Wow.
You can see a spring here, and it's kind of bolted here, and with a bit of freedom of movement, a bit of degree of movement.
Yes.
And here you can see a chochin here.
Yeah.
So what happens is, as it jumps, goes back to the course, and the whole body goes forward, flips forward, and then backward, so as to stabilize the machine.
Interesting.
Look at those craftsmanship. It totally made me surprised.
Yes. He really good job. I think.
Yeah.
He did.
I'm sure he did a lot of research
Yeah.
and did some serious crafting.
Maybe he studied again the physics.
definitely you're gonna have to. You have to have some knowledge of physics, like how to kill momentum, how not to kill momentum, or how to absorb a shock.
Yep. I guess so.
And here's another example. This way,
You mean the current customizing trend, or?
it's something that really amazed me.
Oh.
So those he did all the craft on caches. They all supposed to be one consistent parts, but they cut them all off.
Oh.
He got them separate.
Yeah,
He
you look
kind
so.
of put spring in it,
Oh.
spring in between, and put it back. So
Huh.
as to all those parts kind of moves,
Oh.
flips back and forth, and it works as shock absorber.
Oh. This sounds
It
awesome.
really is an amazing craft.
Wow.
It totally made me surprised.
I see.
I don't know, it's amazing to
really
see
great.
it still keeps some durability.
Oh, there's a famous
RC racer here in America that has a PhD in physics. I won't be surprised. Yes, that's
Awesome.
how deep is those customization can be, and I won't be surprised there is a mini 4WD racer who has PhD in physics. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised.
No doubt at all. Wow. Just simply awesome.
Simply, yes, it's amazing. I just can't help laughing. All those customization creativity amazes me so much.
I see. Great. Wow. So yeah, trends of customization, change.
Yes, it's
Drastically.
constantly changing.
But still people loves this mini
Yep.
4WB.
Mini 4WD.
Yeah, mini
yes.
4. Yeah, right.
I totally understand how to love it.
Hey, interesting.
And I'm glad the Yakuza game didn't really go this far.
Totally different game.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, maybe
You can make a whole
might-
different game.
Yeah, maybe Kiryu decided quit Yakuza.
Yep.
Yeah, just to
Right.
concentrate on this stuff.
Yeah, he's got no time to work as a Yakuza.
Yeah.
Definitely
Really glad.
he's gonna have to study.
Yeah. Right. Wow, but very interesting story about the Mini 4WD. Wow. Cool.
I'm glad you enjoyed, Tomo.
Yes, I really enjoyed. So now you had the good research hat, so you should be able to do better race circuit in Yakuza game, I believe. So I'm looking forward to see that too. No comment?
I'm not sure.
Alright, okay, it's okay. Oh, really? Some Japanese toys are far more complex than American toy. Possibly, it depends on the things, I guess. Like, if it comes to the big kind of radio control car, maybe American ones might be advanced, more variety.
That's what I guess.
More power, something like that, I guess. So I think it depends
That's
on
what-
the
yeah.
toys.
Yeah, it kind of depends.
But when it comes to the mini 4WD, maybe Japanese toy might be far more complex.
People are just so serious.
Yeah, right. So that's
It really surprised us.
yeah, that was very good topic to cover. I think I really
hope so.
enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your presentation, Hatch. Yay!
And thank you so much for listening. So I guess that's it for today. It's like within 30 minutes.
Oh yeah. So
I guess good time to finish.
yeah. So as usual, Hachi will post this presentation on the
YouTube channel.
Yeah. So if you would like to watch it again, please visit his channel on YouTube. So
That's much appreciated.
yep. Thank you very much for visiting today. So next stream will be Monday.
Yes, Monday in the US time.
US time. Yes. Sorry.
It's okay.
I just got so confused as always.
And thank you so much, Mr. Lucky 13, for visiting.
Yes. You almost showed up our Tanucast every time. We really appreciate it. Yep. So I hope I can see you in next Monday stream.
And I hope you all have a good rest of the weekend, good Sunday.
Yes, right.
So until next time, Hachi and Tomo signing out.
See you again soon.
See you soon.